Welcome back, everybody. Our first guest tonight is an Emmy and Grammy award-winning singer, songwriter, musician whose hit songs Still Bad and Love in Real Life are streaming now. She's performing on SNL this Saturday, airing on NBC and Peacock with host Jon Hamm. Please welcome back to the show one of my favorite people to go day drinking with, and in general, Lizzo, everybody. Oh my God. You want, yeah.
I couldn't resist.
I mean, who cares? I mean, I love my audience, but I do not. I do not like to touch them.
It's a post-pandemic world.
Where they've been.
Oh my God, they've been in my heart.
Oh, look at you.
I'm sorry. I haven't been out much. If you haven't.
I mean, I will say, it was also a little bit like a runway show, and this is this wonderful outfit.
Yeah.
This is one of yours.
This is Yitty, y'all.
Yitty. Yitty.
This is a hot mesh dress, and this is a nearly naked bodysuit. Yitty.com.
Yitty.com. And how many years? 3 years?
Oh my God, she's 3.
That is your fashion line.
She's 3 on Saturday, so happy birthday to
Wow,
Yitty.
look at that.
Yep, we got it out. We got out the terrible 2s, y'all.
Were the 2s hard for a fashion line?
Every business
Yeah.
year or 2.
Oh, that's good.
They're
so
terrible
you're in
for
a better,
reason.
You're in a better year. That's
Yes,
good.
we are.
You also have 2 hit songs out. Very exciting.
I love that you're saying hit songs.
Is that all right?
You.
Do you
No,
accept?
Yeah, call
okay,
it
good,
hit,
good.
honey.
I mean, look,
Manifest.
you don't do duds on SNL, and you're back on SNL
Right.
for the 4th time this Saturday.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I mean, you played big venues. You've had a lot of high stakes performances. Do you still get a little bit? Is SNL still a little bit different than anything else?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, first of all, last time I hosted and performed,
Yeah.
which is actually like insanity.
So does this feel easier now?
This is like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gotta sing, that's it. But for some odd reason, I'm still like kind of so scared because it's the music. I just want people to feel the music.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous. I'm nervous about performing. It's live television.
It is.
Oh God, in front of like 50 people, by the way, who can see up your nose and see if you got lipstick on your teeth. 20,000 people, I'm a bad bitch. 150 people, you can smell me, bitch. So, I'm scared.
And the first time you did it, I remember we talked about it, the first time you did it was the Eddie Murphy show, am I correct?
Yes,
so
it was
that
Christmas.
was nuts.
Yeah.
The Christmas Eddie Murphy show, his first time back in
Yep.
so many years. And I feel like when you nailed that landing, everything was good after
Yeah,
that.
and I made Eddie Murphy laugh, which is
Yeah.
like,
That's
check.
it. That's all you need.
I was like, Hercules. And he was like, because you know Eddie can be very like calm and stoic when he's not like being the funniest human on the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, to
Oh
make
yeah,
Eddie
making him laugh. That's one. Yeah, you just put it on a plaque.
Oh yeah, I have a Grammy for that too.
Oh, good. You took a bit of a break.
Yeah.
I think you learned the hard lessons that a lot of people learn about when you become famous.
Yeah.
What are some lessons you've learned over the course of the last couple years?
Being famous. Now here's the thing. People conflate fame and rich.
Yeah.
Which is just not true. Some people are famous and they are not rich. Some people are rich and they don't have fame. I have both.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, I can't complain. I think that I apply everything to me personally as a human being because this is my life.
Yeah.
Fame or no fame, I'm Melissa Lizzo Jefferson and I'm on a journey becoming the best me. So famous or not, these are just life lessons and I feel like I protect myself. As a famous person, you do have to protect yourself even more because you'll be outside and somebody will hit you in the head with a, you know what I'm saying? They'll hit you in the head, but with love. I've been hit with all types, like cell phones, bears, T-shirts rolled up. It's love, but that's what fame is. You know, you're getting kind of hit with love.
Also, it does feel like you became famous very quickly, but of course the journey to becoming, for doing the work, was a long, arduous process. And I think sometimes the people from the outside forget
Yeah.
how much you have put of yourself into this process.
Yeah, and now it's like trendy to call people like industry plants, but I'm like, I don't think you guys know what that is. It takes 10 years to be an overnight success. Every artist that you see that has like blown up, I swear to you, has a paper trail of little rooms, like 150 cap rooms, and like playing all over the country and trying to win people over. I played little biker bars in the middle of Oklahoma, and literally I had like this bar like in the middle of the stage, and I would just grab it, and I would be like, you had to improvise. Like I was doing stand-up damn near. I had the mic stand, and I was like, so anybody like music, rap?
How are you? I mean, but again, your personality on stage it's so electric. It's such a big personality. Like, how were people reacting in those small bars in the early days? Were you?
Oh, they loved me.
I bet. I mean, I bet.
But that's where I get all my skills from. Like
Yeah.
from working these small rooms. I had to turn haters into congratulators every single night, Seth.
Yeah.
Seth.
Yes,
Seth.
yes.
Every night. I was playing festivals where nobody heard of me, and I had like maybe 20 people in the front row, and they were like, hey, Lizzo, we're here for you. I was like, hey, girl. Oh, hey, Felicia. I know these are my people. And then by the end of my performance, it would be 20,000, 50,000, sometimes 80,000 people, all from my Riz.
Yeah, it's good Riz. As Riz goes, it's good Riz.
Pure Riz.
Pure Riz.
Or Liz. Or Liz.
Liz, there is. So we went day drinking together.
We did.
In December of 2022. I can't believe how long ago it was.
What's wrong with us?
What's wrong with us? And then I think the next time I saw you was at the Met Ball, and I
Yeah.
walked over to say hi, and you just did this. You were like, you were not ready to
did?
see me. I think you were still a little bit hungover. You were like,
No, I was probably drunk. I probably never, ever recovered. I saw Paul Rudd.
You did, yeah.
I did.
By the way, he sent me a picture of the two of you together.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, he said he would. That little Ruddy.
Yeah.
I thought it was your producer. I
Yeah,
was like,
well,
oh, what's up?
right. So yeah, you started it's been very unfortunate for everybody who works here because we have a writer named Seth Reese, and you saw him when we were shooting. You thought he was Paul Rudd, which is the
did.
best thing that's ever happened to
Yeah.
him. And then Paul Rudd, we just did day drinking with Paul Rudd, and the two of them came out together. Oh. And so I'm going to show you a photo, and tell me now, will you admit that they're maybe easier to tell apart?
What? No. Because tell me why I was like, oh yeah, there he is. There's Paul Rudd. What? No, does this not freak you guys out? I'm sorry. I'm like, where's my camera? Does this not freak you guys out?
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
It's like, they're twinning.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping you would put this to bed, but you've only
I know.
continued to make it a thing that he's gonna put in his bio.
Can you guys validate me? Can you guys validate me? That
Yeah, we
looks
can all
like Paul
validate.
Rudd. He looks.
There was a highlight.
By the way, my insecurities are. Can you guys validate me?
Usually people aren't so explicit about it. Yeah.
Wait, me? What kind of people? What you mean by that?
My highlight of day drinking, there were a lot. You called my dad, and we left him a message, and I would just like to show it real quick.
Oh my God.
Larry Myers. Please leave a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Oh, your last name's really Myers.
Hey, Dad, I'm just calling to see if you're going to be watching the game live tomorrow or on a delay. Also, Lizzo wants to say something.
Bye, bitch. Why did you hang up?
Oh. And you hung up.
I hung up
You
on
ain't
panicked and I hung it up. But then you did something independent of me.
Yeah.
I did not know you did this. I found out you did this from my dad.
Yeah.
Because you got my dad's address and
Yeah.
you sent flowers to my parents' house
Yeah.
with a note that said, "Dear Larry, I'm sorry I called you a bitch."
It's true, you
And
guys.
let me just say, when we talked about how nothing happens overnight, like
Yeah.
I had a real moment when that happened because I thought to myself, what events had to conspire in my career that my dad called me to say, I got flowers from Lizzo? Like, in what world?
Oh.
Do you want to call him real quick?
Oh.
I mean-
Listen. I'll call him, but I won't call him a bitch. I'll tell you that much. I'll call him anything.
Okay.
New dad, new number?
Hi, this is Larry Myers.
New day. It is new. It's a new number.
First of all, the Myers.
Hey, I love you so much. This is Lizzo. I miss you so much. And
Say bitch.
She called you a bitch backstage.
No, you said bitch! That was your line. read the cue card. It says, hey.
Lizzo, hey everybody, this is Lizzo. Her single Still Bad and Love in Real Life are streaming now. Don't miss SNL this Saturday with host John Hamm and music from this legend right here. We'll be right back with Tim Robinson.